On Tuesday, the court had listened to the objections of one Mr. Emmanuel Eze, the counsel to the Lagos State Police Command and the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. He had urged the court not to hear the fundamental rights application of suspected billionaire kidnapper Chukwudememe Onwamadike, popularly known as Evans. Presiding Judge Justice Abdulaziz Anka, in his ruling on Wednesday, dismissed the argument of the counsel and upheld the submissions of Mr. Olukoya Ogungbeje, who represented the suspect. The court agreed that all the respondents in the application had been properly served and the evidence of service had not been controverted. Justice Anka also held that a leave of court was not required for the matter to be heard during vacation, as the Fundamental Rights Enforcement Procedure Rules of 2009 enjoins the courts to pursue speed and justice on issues of human rights. The ruling paved the way for the hearing of the application proper. But the counsel to SARS and the Lagos Police Command sought for a short adjournment to enable him prepare well for the hearing of the case. The opposing counsel objected, and the court held that by Order 4 Rule 1 of the Fundamental Rights Enforcement Rules, the case ought to have been heard within 7 days after it was first filed. And since all parties had exchanged documents, the court took the view that there had been enough time to prepare for the case. Counsel to Evans then argued his case, insisting that the police had violated his client's rights by detaining him since June 10 without charging him to court.
Now the court has heard us, they were in court, there's no court order. So what is the basis? The Constitution says you charge within the time allowed by law. They have failed to do it.
Two lawyers who spoke for the police authorities were not available to speak to journalists on the proceedings, but one of them told the court that Section 35, subsection 7 of the Constitution empowers the police to detain the suspect of a capital offence without a court order. The other counsel referred the court to certain exhibits and weapons allegedly recovered from the suspect and others purportedly working with him, and the reports of some victims of his crime. He then urged the courts to consider all this and hold that the suspect's fundamental rights was not absolute. The proceedings lasted for about 2 hours, and after listening to the submissions of all parties in the suit, Justice Anka fixed his judgment for August 29th. From the Federal High Court, Lagos, Shola Shoyele for Channels Television News.